Doug Walker. You're watching The Crazy House, Crazy McCormick.
What up, y'all? Welcome to the show. Welcome to the new year, 2026. I am Crazy McCormick. Welcome to the Crazy House. And I figured rather than having to do 2 weeks off, I'm just gonna come and do a fucking show, because it's been a while. I've been kind of like coasting towards the end of the year, and my glasses are crooked. What do you expect? Anyways, so with that being said, I'm just gonna try to tell you guys how things have been. So when was the last show I fucking did? I don't even know. I don't remember. It's been that long and it's been that fucking like just this is what happens when you take a day off. You know what I'm saying? So all right, I believe according to my shit here, let's double check. Has it been a week? Has it been 2 weeks? I don't fucking remember. Okay, so the last show that I did was 2 weeks ago, and there was at the time quite a few things to fucking talk about. But then, of course, we have the holidays towards the end of the week and all of those other things. And this is not necessarily the best way for me to ring in the new year, but this is how I'm ringing in the new year. Okay, so do the show, right? No biggie. 2 days later, my birthday, December 23rd. I'm now 43 years old. I probably don't look it, and I would look less like it if I actually shaved. But then again, I think I look pretty good for my age. It's a lot of the preserves that I fucking take in. That's what keeps my youth. Although one of my exes ended up telling me that she thinks that I'm actually starting to look my age. Then you got Christmas Eve, in Christmas Eve I had so like for my birthday, for Christmas Eve and Christmas, I worked. And uh Christmas Eve I ended up working until probably around like 7:30, come home, we open up gifts. That's always been a family tradition. Is that 8 o'clock, my family, because my family is very, very fucking Christian, uh, they get home from Christmas Eve church service, do devotions, and after that, we open up gifts. And I still got my fucking stocking here. I hate the fact that my real name is actually on the stocking. And let's see, not a whole lot of stuff that I ended up getting. So first off, I haven't even opened this up yet. Dots, which I'm not a huge fan of dots, but I'll eat it because it's free. And then let's see what else we got here. Okay, I'm guessing this is Save a Lot or um, Walgreens or CVS brand fucking chocolate. What else is in here? Because I feel there's something else in here. Pop Rocks, blue raspberry Pop Rocks, which I had a bag of these a couple of days ago. There are very few things in my life that I don't like in the form of raspberry, and Pop Rocks is not necessarily the best in my view. But one thing I will say is I'm still going to eat it because it was Christmas. And this, like, what is this? Like, this has got glitter and shit all over it. Let's see. One of the main things that I ended up getting for Christmas was a pair of gloves because I do drive for a living and I'm in my car a lot. So my parents, very thoughtful, decided to get me a pair of driving gloves. But it's not, and I'm not saying that this is as a complaint, but it's definitely not those pair, how they have those pairs of gloves where you don't have, it actually can touch your phone and you can still touch your phone and shit like that. Pair of gloves, that is not, but it is what it is. I'm not complaining. I'm very I'm very grateful that they think of me in this term. So there is that. Christmas, I ended up fucking working, and then I was supposed to do another show, but well, I'll be honest with you. Um, there wasn't really a whole lot going on. And rather than trying to jam a bunch of politics down everybody's throat, I decided that instead I was just going to take the day off, not do the show, and fuck it. I'll go on Twitch. That's you like on Sundays, that's my backup. I ain't got a show to do. I'm going on fucking Twitch. And you can't fucking blame me. I'm still playing Pokemon Legends ZA on the Nintendo Switch 2, and I've already beaten the main story, already beaten the DLC. Basically, all that's left now to do is shiny hunting, and that game made it very easy to fucking hunt shinies. And I guess you could say that this is in preparation for what is next to come, because according to what I've been seeing, there's another Pokemon game coming out called Pokemon Champions. There's rumor going around that there is another Pokemon Stadium 3 possibly coming out, which, excuse me, I don't know why that would exist because the magic of Pokemon Stadium and Pokemon Stadium 2 uh, revolved around using a transfer pack to play the Pokemon games on Pokemon Stadium, and also to integrate the Pokemon that you have in your game and be able to use those games to battle against somebody else who had their own transfer pack in their own Pokemon game. That was the whole point behind it. So why would they want to have a Pokemon Stadium 3? Now, Pokemon Coliseum, that I could see. And maybe that's what it actually is and I just misread what I saw. So that to me makes more sense. There's another rumor going around right now that they might be doing like a full Pokemon collection involving every fucking Pokemon game that they have made from the regular Game Boy up to maybe the DS or the 3DS. So I'm talking like red, blue, yellow, silver, gold, crystal, ruby, sapphire, emerald, diamond, pearl, platinum, maybe even like it would be dope to have Pokemon Ranger, maybe the trading card games, uh, Pokemon Trozy, Pokemon Pinball, XY, Sun and Moon. Like, could you imagine having all and to me, I think that this would make a whole lot of sense for them to fucking do that, just because of the fact that a lot of these games are very hard to find. What up, Swill? Happy New Year. A lot of these games are very hard to find. And the ones that are being up on sale for eBay, they sell somewhere between fucking $75 up to maybe even $300. And then you've got the DSs and the 3DSs because they're no longer in stock. Those are fucking going for big amounts of money as well. So it would only make logistical sense for them to allow a collection game so that way you could actually play those games. And for streamers like myself, being able to play all of those OG games without having to fucking do a whole lot of back work in order to stream even Pokemon Yellow. Like, do I have the capability to do so? Fuck yeah, I do. I have a Nintendo GameCube and I have a GameCube like Game Boy player attached at the bottom of it. And then I also have like 4 out of the 5 fucking Pokemon games. But the reality is that I would want to use that to play all of the DS and 3DS games because I have the capability to do that. Now, why would you want to do something like this? Well, if you're a Pokemaniac, you know that you have the capability to transfer Pokemon from those Pokemon games over to Pokemon Home, which is a free download, and that motherfucker integrates nearly everything. So rather than having to play Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire on the GameCube, I'm sorry, on the Game Boy Advance, and then transferring all of those Pokemon over to Diamond and Pearl, and then taking all of those Pokemon that you transferred from the Game Boy Advance game to Diamond and Pearl, and then putting them in the Pokemon Bank on the 3DS, and then transferring all of that stuff from the Pokemon Bank over to Pokemon Home, you know. So, like, especially if you're the type of person that spends endless amounts of hours trying to fucking shiny hunt and doing all of that other shit, it would just be a lot easier for them to sell a game that has all those fucking Pokemon games, put it all on one cart, and then let you play at your leisure. That's like endless hours of entertainment dating all the way back to 1997. I mean, let's be real here. I would love to be able to replay red, blue, and yellow and then take all of those Pokemon that are on that and transfer them over to Pokemon Home and then take it to whatever the newest next possible game that's going to be coming out, because they are going to do a 10th generation and then move it, and then start off with having Kanto, like Pokemon from the Kanto region, Pokemon specifically from the Johto region, Pokemon coming from the Ore region and the Hoenn region, like the first 3 gens of Pokemon, and having them in the 10th generation fucking game. That would be dope as shit. But then again, I am a huge Pokemon fan, and I've been playing it since my first copy of Yellow. As a matter of fact, I remember when Fire Red and Leaf Green came out. I was dating a girl at the time, and I found out about a Toys R Us event, and she bitched up a storm. She thought that it was a waste of time. And she's like, that you're probably going to be the oldest person there by at least 20 years. I said, I doubt it, and I don't give a fuck. This is Mew, all right? You can't just find Mew in the game. This is the way that you get Mew. This is the way that you get Celebi. This is the way that you get fucking Deoxys. So, of course, I'm going to fucking go to an event like this because it's here. It's at Toys R Us. And, of course, I was not the oldest person there. I was the first person there, but I wasn't the oldest. And by the time some 55, 59-year-old lady fucking came in, she's standing in line playing Pokemon while she's standing in line, I go, hey, you could shut up. And she goes, fuck you. And then we got in line, and then I was able to get my fucking Mew. So, yeah. There's my story for that. But yeah, so like that's basically that's what I did instead of doing my show last week, was playing Pokemon Legends ZA and shiny hunting. We're almost at the news. Let me catch you guys up to speed. Now here's the thing. New Year's comes by. I stay up until 4 in the fucking morning. And the reason being is because, as you guys know, I do Grubhub. That's my job. That is what I do for a full-time living, and I enjoy it thoroughly. However, on the 30th, I log in, I do my job, that's great. I come home, play Pokemon, I go to bed. I wake up the next morning, New Year's Eve, right? I try to log in, can't fucking do it. Turns out that I needed to update my driver's license on the Grubhub app, and they would not allow me to fucking do anything until I got that taken care of. So what I did was I tried to go over to Uber. I was like, okay, maybe if I go over to Uber, I might be able to supplement my income in that fashion. Nothing doing. I gotta have a background check. I gotta update my fucking registration. I gotta update my fucking insurance. And I have to update my driver's license. The plus side to Uber, though, is usually it doesn't take very long for all of that stuff to fall through. So I started giving them all the information. Long story short, that was on the 30th or the 31st. Here it is, the 4th of January. I'm still waiting for that fucking background check to finish. And that sucks, too, because it's like, okay, they go through your motor history. I passed that motherfucker quick. All right, now you got to go through your criminal background check. I have no criminal background, okay? Despite what you may have heard, me being a juggalo and all of that, I have literally no criminal history. So maybe that's the reason why it's taking 7 days for these motherfuckers to go through a criminal background search, because they're like, this dude looks shady. There's gotta be something, Like like satellites are linking up in outer space, and there's a fucking telegraph somewhere in Grand Rapids being like, well, I can't fucking do anything because there's no criminal background history. I have literally no criminal background history, and they're like trying to find something on me. I mean, like, is this because I'm a fucking juggalo? Like, are you seriously like? That's what it is. I think they're just like, this kid looks like a fucking juggalo. He's got to have something on his criminal background somewhere, and they can't find it. Why? Because I'm not. Yeah, but here's the thing though, Bizarre. Even the biggest issue with Grubhub, right? Yeah, you'd think they could just call my mom. I mean, I can do that literally right now, and I don't even need to use a phone. She's literally right above me. Probably watching a fucking MSU game or some shit. But anyways, yeah, so this is the big issue. It's in the mail. Okay? Like my driver's license, my newest driver's license is now in the mail, and all I have is my old license and a temporary slip. I can't fucking send that through via Grubhub. I can through fucking Uber, but Uber's kind of touchy about how that's set up. Okay, well, at least I was able to get that done after 7 tries. I'm still waiting on the background history check though. And well, that meant I had 3 days of no work. I was not able to work for 3 days. Well, okay, here's what I'm going to do. I wake up, I check my phone, my criminal background check isn't done yet. Let's play some fucking Pokemon. And then the next day, I check my phone. Criminal background history is not done yet. Let's play some fucking Pokemon. Day 3, same thing. And then I finally get my shit in the mail on day 3. By this time, it's like 5 o'clock. No point in fucking going out. Play some fucking Pokemon. And then yesterday, I was able to get back on the road. However, on New Year's Eve, I ended up staying up until about like 3, 4 o'clock in the fucking morning, just grinding the shit out of fucking playing Pokemon. And the reason being was because, well, this has been an annual tradition for me because the one thing that I really want to do for a New Year's Eve, at least one time in my life, I want to go to New York and I want to watch the ball drop there. And I've never been able to do anything like that. And, well, because of situations right now, I sure as fuck have no reason to go to New York City for anything for the next 4 years. Anything for the next 4 years. You know why. Fuck New York City. I won't even go there to fucking help rehabilitate and clear the shit up when fucking things go awry. So, I mean, sorry, not sorry to the people in New York City, but I do have to say this. I hope you enjoy your 4-year free trial of socialism. This is what happens when you don't listen to the fucking post-USSR Russian people that have migrated over here to the States, being like, I didn't move away from a communist nation to live in another communist nation. I'm just saying. There's your little schmeckle of fucking politics there for you. Now, outside of Pokemon, once CBCG's closed, I had no reason to go to New York. I literally had one reason to fucking go to New York, and since that reason is not being compliant right now, I guess I could say, yeah, I have zero reason to fucking go to New York for the next 4 years. I don't even care if Ballas is on a boat. I'm not fucking going to New York for the next 4 years. Now, we got to go ahead and talk about some other shit. But now that we have caught up, and I think you guys understand a little bit more now about what it is the reason why that I didn't do the show last week. And I see the number of viewers has not changed since, even though I haven't done a show in 2 weeks. But here we are, 2026. I'm pretty sure that this year is already fucking drunk because, well, I mean, here, I might as well just, there, let's see. Okay, so, yeah, let me just switch the channel and I'll show you what the fuck I'm talking about. All right, hold on. Where is it? There it is. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that, there are certain reasons why 2026 is already fucking drunk. This is just the tip of the fucking iceberg, you know what I'm saying? Because, like, we found out about, like, what's going on in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Leering centers and fucking other businesses. I think it was just like personal health insurance places and shit like that. And this is what makes it even funnier. Okay? I looked up the information about this place. This place established its business in 2017 apparently. And here it is 2026. You know what I'm saying? Hungover and waking up to the madness is never fun. What up, Jay Sledge? So think about this, okay? This motherfucking place established its business in 2017, according to what the paperwork says. Here we are now, 2026, and they're now just figuring out that they spelled learning incorrectly. The irony of this being a learning center and they don't know how to spell. Okay. Now, like, this business, among other businesses and child care centers, thanks to one man here on YouTube by the name of Nick Shirley, was able to uncover a whole bunch of fucking fraud. Billions and billions of dollars has actually been fucking floating through these fucking places, getting about $1 million to $2 million a year per fucking place in Minneapolis, Minnesota. And and then of course, miraculously, 2 days later, they try to blame Nick Shirley for the place getting broken into. And instead of stealing a whole bunch of money, what do? They steal all of the information of all of the employees and all of the children that they had registered at the Leering Center. Like, what the fuck? Why would anybody want that, okay? Like, if somebody was going to break into that motherfucker after finding out about what happened, it wouldn't be to steal documents, okay? It would be to set the place on fire. And that's coming from a guy who really likes fucking fire, because if that was the situation, like, if I had no control, that's what I would fucking do. Okay? Not try to steal paper. If anything, I would be using the paper to start the fire and set the building ablaze. Okay? Like fucking Devil's Night, Detroit, Michigan style. But yeah, so millions of dollars every year for this one business, a bunch of other learning centers, a whole bunch of buildings that had multiple health insurance companies in one fucking building, but you could go through the halls, look through the windows of the business of the locations of the businesses, empty. Like, not even a fucking chair. And what do they want to do? They probably say, well, somebody fucking, like, because of Nick Shirley, somebody broke into the fucking healthcare insurance place, took all of our furniture. But anyways, yeah, so like I like, this should be the new sign, like, just covering this fucking Leering Center. Spirit Halloween, do your fucking thing, you know what I'm saying? And outside of the politics and stuff like that, because like that's one of the major things with politics. And then yesterday we ended up finding out, which I didn't grab any fucking information, but yesterday we ended up finding out that in the middle of the night, the Crazy House does not condone arson of public or private property and does not promote political violence. This isn't political violence. This is violent violence. All right, fuck those people. Fuck them and every fucking light bulb headed looking motherfucker that looks like them. Okay. Right? No, fuck all that shit. No, I condone it. All right? I mean, it's not going to happen, but I fucking condone it. Right? And then listening to the guy do the interview and shit, it was just like, oh my god, this is an absolute fucking train wreck. Is this the smartest, most fucking eloquent motherfucker that you have in your entire base? And like, this dude was stumbling and fumbling over his goddamn words. He couldn't fucking put a single sentence together without like looping. Like not a single thing that this motherfucker said. It was just, oh god, it was just terrible. But anyways, yeah, yesterday, aside from all of this, and I didn't get any fucking videos of it, but apparently what ended up happening is we invaded and kidnapped a fucking political figure in Venezuela. Okay? At least that's how people on the left are fucking painting it. No, what we did was we went in undocumented, okay? And we adhered a political dictator that didn't even win the presidency, but refused to give up fucking power. Remember that chick that got the Nobel Peace Prize last year? She was supposed to be fucking president. Okay? And instead, that dude tried to kill her and killed all of his other political opponents. And anybody who voted for his political opponents. About 20,000 people in cold blood fucking dead. Okay, and Venezuelans all across, that have fucking refugeed all across the country and in different parts of the fucking world, and people in Venezuela. Videos and stock footage. Now it's stock footage, but it's like video footage and pictures of all of these people, all of these Venezuelans celebrating what happened yesterday. Okay, so like we dropped a fucking bomb somewhere and nearby Venezuela, and apparently, I don't know, there was something that they did that was basically a distraction, so that way 4 dudes could sneak into Maduro's home, grab him, get him on a fucking helicopter, and get the hell out. Within fucking I think it was like within 180 hours. This happened. No human casualties whatsoever. Kind of interesting, isn't it? And what is it? All the leftist people that are now protesting for some reason in like various parts of the country today and yesterday, as soon as they found out, they traded in their Palestinian flags for Venezuelan flags and started marching down the fucking street protesting what Trump fucking did. Oh, okay. So, like, I thought you didn't want I thought you didn't like political dictators, and now you're fucking mad because Trump fucking arrested a political dictator? Like, like you can't make this shit up. Like, none of this shit you can fucking make up. And even on fucking Facebook, I'm seeing people in our own Juggalo community that are kind of like back and forth on this. Some people are like, here's the thing, okay? I think we can all agree that we all are happy we are all in our own strange way in support of Venezuela, okay? It's the same thing with the No Kings protest. Okay, like they protested no kings. Hey, I'm not on the left, but I agree that we don't have a king. Okay, so like your fucking protest is stupid and pointless. Okay, so the same thing goes for this protest that they have in Venezuela. They're like, like we don't want a dictator. Neither does Venezuela. I'm in there in support of Venezuela. Well, geez, so am I. So your fucking protest is useless. Okay, like your fucking crash course, fucking flash mob ass fucking protest means nothing. Okay, because we're all in it together here. We're all in support of Venezuela. We just have a different way of fucking showing it. You want to fucking bitch, and that's your fucking way of protesting, and you're protesting and bitching and crying and caring is basically your way of fucking showing your support to Venezuela. Me, on the other hand, I would rather prefer to party and celebrate with the big booty Latinas of Venezuela. Okay? Okay, so you know what? Fuck it. If you guys are in support of what I'm saying here, throw some peaches in the fucking chat for the big booty Latinas. Protect the big booty Latinas. And that's exactly what we were doing, and I'm sure that that's also exactly what Trump was thinking when he was just like, all right, let's go get Maduro. Let's get that son of a bitch. Don't fuck with America, son. Eagle. Okay, so yeah, throw some peaches in the chat for the big booty Latinas. And I think the funniest thing is out of all of that, the signs that, like one of the signs that I saw, the funniest sign that I saw in one of those protests, there's somebody that just said 2026 literally just started. Like literally 2026 literally just fucking started, fam. Yeah, and guess what? Venezuela started off with a bang and a kidnapping. Now, the funniest thing about all of this is, like, keep this in mind, all right? Joe Biden was the one who ended up calling for the arrest of Nicolas Maduro, the dictator of Venezuela, right? Call of Duty 5-star rating. Yeah. Yeah, you put in the wrong fucking flag, bro. Not a, it's not just Mexicans that are Latinas, okay? It's the Venezuelans as well. Peaches and pears and peaches and pears. All right, I got you right. I got you right there with that one, Jay Sledge. I hear you. Now, now the funniest thing though is like, okay, like I said, Joe Biden, the former president, was the one who called for this arrest and never did anything. Now Trump fucking does it. Everybody's mad. Okay. And on top of that, I believe that there's a fucking thing in not the Constitution, but there is some sort of thing where like the president can fucking do shit. Like there's supposed to be a thing where the president is supposed to get permission from Congress to be able to do one of these things. Okay? But somebody ended up writing in a new thing where the president could just do it like before Congress approves it. And so basically it's like, okay, Biden actually could take advantage of this type of stuff. Obama could too. Donald Trump has also done it before as well, where it's like, okay, they just, instead of waiting for a vote from Congress to fucking do it, he can just do it if it involves military, and then, but yet he's going to, instead of asking for Congress to vote on it, he just tells Congress, I'm going to do this thing, and then you can vote for it. So that way, if Congress votes against it, then he gets impeached. Okay, and let's face it here, okay? What does impeachment really fucking do? Nothing. Not to Trump. Not to say I used to say Trump is impeachable, but basically it's like, okay, you can impeach Trump, but he's 2-0 against the fucking people who impeach him. How are you going to fucking face somebody who has a 100% fucking success rating against being impeached? You going to go for the hat trick? Because I'd like to see what happens. I bet you he'd get away with it again. But yeah, now from what I understand, the law that causes that to be a thing was actually signed and approved by the very same fucking people who are bitching about Trump fucking and claiming that what he's doing is illegal. The very same fucking people. Oh, so it's okay when Obama does it. It's okay when Joe Biden's auto pen fucking does it. But when Trump fucking does it, all of a sudden it's illegal. I see. Yeah, that makes sense. Good job there, Chuck Schumer. Yeah, that makes a whole lot of fucking sense. I know Trump don't give a fuck. That's why I like him. Like, Trump gives zero fucks, less than a fuck. As a matter of fact, like during a press conference, during a questions, he basically ended up saying this is what Maduro, like not word for word, not verbatim, but he did end up saying something along the lines of Maduro should have known not to fuck with America. I remember specifically he did say fuck. It's like, yeah, and on top of that, it's like, dude, Maduro fucking gave him an open challenge on television. He ended up saying, "Come find me." you're not going to do it. You're not even going to try because you're a coward. He fucking tested Donald Trump's gangster months ago. And Trump was just like, all right, I see you. Now there's that. So that's where we're at with politics. And to me, I'm finding 2026 already fucking being awesome. Okay? And not to mention, there was one other thing. I should have fucking added this. All right. So I don't know if you guys know an importance of what today is. Bet you guys fucking don't. Let me prep this and then I'll tell you what's up. Okay? Because to me, I find that this is a incredibly important holiday. Oh, which, by the way, speaking of holidays, I just recently fucking saw this thing. Yeah, other than Sunday. So there was this other thing. There was this other thing that I saw where I get thanks to the homie Nordy because he was bitching about this on fucking Facebook. I don't know why, but whatever. So apparently Donald Trump is planning on replacing Pride Month with Veterans Month, and I guess in Nordy's view, this is like some fucking cuck bullshit, cuck fucking victimhood bullshit. And it's like, I don't see it like that. Veterans do a lot for this fucking country. Like, bag fucking dictators and resuscitate a country. Okay? That's one of many things that our fucking boys in the military fucking do. And like I have a lot of military in my family, and I'm sure a lot of you guys also do as well. I have a lot of friends who are military, and I feel like while there is a Veterans Day, I feel like maybe a day isn't enough. Especially with a lot of veterans that are out there that are fucking homeless. And that might be like the victimhood thing that they're arguing or something like that. But I feel like that veterans and military are a little bit more important than gay dudes having sex at a fucking rally in front of children. I think that's a little bit more important. However, I have to say that today is probably a bigger holiday. A lot of people really don't know this. At least I don't think so. But today is the day in which we celebrate the birth of Peter Steele. Peter Steele was born on January 4th, 1962, the lead singer of fucking Typo Negative. One of very few men that I'm pretty sure, not that I would be willing to fucking go gay for, but I don't think I'd have a choice. Okay, like that's at least my speculation. Look at this man. This man is a fucking spectacle. The funniest thing though is about this dude is the story about how he ended up getting into Playgirl magazine, not knowing that Playgirl magazine is actually like their biggest fan base is gay dudes. And he's like, I wish I knew that before I fucking said yes to this. Exactly, Scottish. Like, he would give me no choice. Like, there are two men in this fucking world, and they're both fucking dead now, that I don't think you would have a choice in the matter. Peter Steele is one of them, and the other one is John Wayne. Okay, but yeah, today is the birthday of Peter fucking Steele. No, I think Tom Wood has a choice, but you're so mesmerized by that hair. You know, like you have a choice in that one. You know what I'm saying? I do like October Rust. October Rust is a very good fucking album. And like like not just Peter Steele, Typo Negative, in and of itself, I feel like for the longest time, doom metal was like very fucking like I don't think that Typo Negative and doom metal as a genre really got the fucking love that it deserves. And yeah, Peter Steele with the way that he fucking sings is just phenomenal. I think there was like this like I can't say that it reminds me of anybody specific, but other people specifically would remind me of the way that he sings. Like this one TikToker where he would just show up on a live and he would just say hello. That would be that like that's fucking peak Peter Steele voice. But just look at this man. This man is fucking just masculinity in and of itself. Fucking dude's built like a brick shithouse. He's got the fucking straight black hair. Look at that fucking jaw, and he just looks pissed off at everything. But then again, it's doom metal. He's not. This is not Corpse Grinder Fisher, okay? Where it's just like, yeah, let's talk about meat hook sodomy, and then after we're done fucking talking about meat hook sodomy, we're gonna play the crane game and win a bunch of fucking stuffed animals because apparently he's good at that. But yeah, so and like I love Typo Negative. Typo Negative is one of those bands where it's just like you it's a fucking to me I feel like Typo Negative is a fucking treasure. And I hated it when I found out that Peter Steele was dead. Like why? Like why of all fucking people, Peter fucking Steele? I mean it's Peter Steele, y'all. Let's see what he died of. Ah, okay. In an interview before his death, Steele noted that as a result of his long-lasting dependence on alcohol and cocaine, he had developed problems with some of his organs. I developed heart problems, I developed liver problems, I never had a stroke, I never had a heart attack, and as Twain put it, rumors of my death have been highly exaggerated. Steele died of sepsis caused by diverculitis. Wow. Initially reported as heart failure. Prior to his death, he was preparing to write and record new music. The remaining members of Typo decided to dissolve the band rather than replace Steele, with Johnny Kelly stating, even if there is somebody who could take his place, it wouldn't matter. We wouldn't have any interest in continuing. It's impossible. It hasn't even come up in any kind of discussion. When Peter died, Typo died with him. And I respect that, honestly. 100%. Well, like I said, Bizarre, this motherfucker did a spread on Playgirl magazine, and then after the fact, he ended up finding out that Playgirl magazine's primary fucking audience is gay dudes, and he didn't know that. And then when he found out about it, like he was not happy. Here we go. Yeah, here's the thing about Playgirl. Following the success of Bloody Kisses, Peter Steele began to receive attention outside of music. He appeared as a nude centerfold of Playgirl in 1995. Peter Steele later found out via bandmate Kenny Hickey's contacts that only 23% of the magazine's subscribers were female. And after being asked by men to sign copies of the magazine, Peter Steele somewhat regretted the decision. After I did it, I thought, oh my God, what did I do? It's more than it was more than upsetting that so many guys had it. Girls okay, but there just seemed to be at least as many guys. Not that I'm homophobic, but it was certainly irritating. In the 2007 interview, Peter Steele reflected on the posing as merely a naive publicity stunt. But like, I mean, in all fucking honesty though, I mean it's Peter Steele. Like, you know, I'm not gay, but Peter Steele is Peter Steele. 2010 was when he passed. I think it said April 14th. But yeah, so obviously Steele is not his last name. His real name is Peter Thomas. I can't even fucking pronounce that. Oh, that makes sense because his father's fucking Polish. Okay, Ratajczyk? He looks like handsome Squidward. No, handsome Squidward looks like Peter Steele. I mean, it's fucking Peter Steele. Like, hide your kids, hide your wives. It's fucking Peter Steele. Actually, hide yourself. It's fucking Peter Steele. Or don't. I don't know. But like, yeah, I feel like that this was a very important issue, and I like. I was trying to find stuff on Juggalo sites to try to talk about something because Fago Lovers is disappointing me. It's like they had a bunch of crap on there that I didn't want to fucking talk about or care about fucking talking about. Like at this point, does anybody, show of hands, and I'm doubting that I'm gonna see any hands, but does anybody really care about a fucking uh a nationwide tour of D-Loc and Friends anymore? Like I honestly, like I fell out of caring about Cottonmouth Kings a long time ago. So it's like I don't really fucking care about talking about their tours, you know? Because that's basically, and besides, that's basically all Cottonmouth Kings is at this point, is fucking D-Loc and Friends. So I kind of don't care. Chicks dream of having hair like that. Yeah, this is, dude, like, bizarre. This is Fabio's negative, all right? Like, if you were to take a picture of Fabio and fucking look at the negative, you see Peter Steele. That's basically what it is. Now we got a couple of Juggalo related things, and yeah, like I did this shit in reverse, where like we have the main event for starters, but there were a couple of things that we did end up missing. Now the last episode that I fucking talked, that I fucking did, I ended up talking about the condition of Violent J because he missed 3 shows in a row. He missed Big Ballers. He missed that other in like what 2 other fucking shows, and Shaggy ended up having to fucking be the front for the whole thing. Successful, so that way Insane Clown Posse could get fucking paid, because without Shaggy they would have had to just cancel the show. But last week, within days, okay, like everybody was losing their fucking shit about what happened with Violent J. I even made my speculations because of the fucking food that that Sarah Rusi fucking makes for Jay. But it turned out that it was cellulitis. And thankfully, I guess, Sarah Rusi was able to update the Juggalo community with this TikTok.
I want to give everyone a quick update on Jay since a lot of people have been wondering what is going on that he had to cancel his last 3 shows. We had flown to Milwaukee for the ICP Big Ballas event, but a few hours before the show, we had to head back home.
First off, why are you covering up your fucking Hatchet Man necklace with a neckerchief? Okay? Wear that motherfucker loud and proud, bitch. If you're gonna fucking wear it, have it outside the neckerchief.
He also wasn't able to perform at the Chicago show with Gucci Mane the next day or attend his wrestling show the day after that.
Yep. Yeah, because there was a free show for JCW in Detroit, like right after the Gucci Mane shit.
I didn't want to say anything unless he wanted me to say something because he deserves privacy if that's what he wants. So that's why it's taken me a couple days to make this video.
Okay, well, I guess that makes sense. Dude, like the dude is a fucking here like it's a fucking double-edged sword when it concerns celebrity, okay? Because when you're I guess any level of celebrity, people are going to want to know who you are outside of the fucking character or outside of the music. And Jay has had multiple issues over the last few decades of being seen in public, even without his makeup, and being recognized and being harangued by fans and shit. That's usually one of the reasons why, like, he is the way that he is. Like, you even God damn it. Like, I'm sure that there are people who will still remember, like, the fact that he buys himself a house, and it turns out people found out where he lives. And then when he was on the UK tour for the Great Malenko, he came back. He found his place was fucking ransacked. There were people that were driving by, honking their horns at his house, yelling whoop whoop. People fucking like even in the race Shangri-La, he ended up saying something about how he's got ninjas in his backyard wearing anybody killer paint. And the reason being is because people were fucking searching through his trash to find like keepsakes for some fucking. Oh yeah, yeah. Go through Violent J's fucking trash. I'm pretty sure somewhere in there's a fucking diamond encrusted Hatchet Man chain, like just sitting at the bottom of the fucking trash barrel. People are fucking goofy. But yeah, so like I agree with that one in the sense that Violent J does deserve privacy in that sense, but also keeping in mind even the most hardcore of fucking juggalos are very fucking prone to care about Jay. And is that half a gummy bear? I don't know. You gonna eat that? Like, what the fuck are you talking about? But anyways, yeah, so like Jay is fucking known with juggalos and stuff, like we care about him a lot. And with the fucking heart condition that he ended up having, we know that he's got health issues. So when we hear that Jay is not at a show, Jay bailed on an interview after Hot Ones, Shaggy did solo. Okay. And it's a good hey, I guess it's a good thing that nowadays Shaggy has been doing a lot of speaking, because back in the day, Shaggy was always the one that was kind of like sitting in the background, and Jay was the fucking one that was yelling everything all the fucking time. And Shaggy would be just like, "Uh-huh, yep, that's what's up. You know what he's saying? Do you know what he's saying? Know what I'm saying?" But now Shaggy's actually being interviewed solo a lot more. And I feel like him doing Shaggy and the Creep and now the Shaggy Show really helped him out with busting chops so that way he can talk about shit. And he's a lot less vague and enigmatic than he was before, during the beginning of his career. I kind of enjoy that. But Shaggy is one of those type of people. It's weird because like Shaggy doesn't get the attention from the Juggalo crowd as much as Jay does. And I think the reason why that is because Jay's always the one that's been the most outspoken. And we all know that the Juggalo world and the community and the music and all of the events and stuff like that, it's all Jay's fucking baby that he developed when he was 17 or 19 or some shit. But I can understand privacy when it concerns like leave him alone in his house and shit, but he opened up Pandora's box to what he is like behind the scenes at the same time. So we know his health is not the fucking greatest. And so when we find out that he's not at a fucking show and that it turns out the reason why he's not at the show is because he went to the fucking hospital, everybody's going to lose their shit. And that's exactly what fucking happened. Like, everybody lost their shit. Everybody started making up speculated rumors about what had happened because we have no info. All we know is that Jay's in the fucking hospital. So, like, and not one person, I'm sure, came to the conclusion, well, maybe he went to fucking the hospital because of cellulitis or anything like that. You know, it was like, nobody would know whether or not Jay has a fucking staph infection. I mean, the only way that you'd be able to know is if you fucking took his leg and put it right next to Big Will's, and you'd be able to see the difference. Or not. But still, I'm glad that he's okay.
Because Jay has now told me to let everyone know what happened. So when we got home, we went to the hospital to have his leg checked because it was very red on one side. It turned out to be cellulitis, which is a bacterial skin infection.
Yeah, like that's basically like, okay, you get bacteria from your fingernails or something like that. Like, you know, if your fingernails end up getting poop butt and you fucking scratch an open wound on your leg and shit like that, that bacteria goes into the cut, and it can be anything. Like, it doesn't have to be like a knife cut or anything like that. It could be so much as a fucking scratch from like your an animal claw, like his dog's, or that fucking cat that keeps showing its butthole on every fucking interview that Jay does nowadays. Like that cat could scratch, and then fucking some type of bacteria gets into that scratch. That can cause cellulitis as well.
So we stayed in the hospital for 2 days. I actually just got back from spending the night there with him. But I'm really happy to say that he's doing great now and he is home now. So I just want to thank everyone who took their time out to wish him well because it really means a lot to us and we really appreciate you guys.
And that's it. Okay. So glad to know what's going on with Jay. Glad to know that things are all right now, and hopefully things will improve because we got Juggalo weekend coming up. All right. So Insane Clown Posse presenting Juggalo weekend, Miami, Florida, at Factory Town, February 27th and 28th. Insane Clown Posse might show up. But that's not it. All right, there's like one other thing that we got to fucking talk about because I just found this out during my hiatus. Okay, so while that's going on, the homies in fucking Columbus, Ohio, got their own thing going on about a week prior. So they're going to be doing Juggalo Day, Clockwork E, on February 21st in Columbus, Ohio at Classics Victory. Too much sodium and Grinch salt, yeah. So you've got B-Rad and Clockwork E, Shooter McShoot'em, Legion Realm, Scene Loke, Dead Body Man, Siamese Goat God, Dev Evolve, Zack the Terror. The homies from Deck 1 Delta are even going to be doing like the homage mixtape set performance. Mr. Eve, Psychotic, South End Baby Music Group. And the best thing about it, I think, you saw him in the chat at the very beginning of the show. The homie Swill is going to be hosting this motherfucker. Like, hell yeah. Now, Swill, like that, like I feel like Swill doing this, it's gonna be fucking dope because, like, think about it, okay? We got Clockwork E from Columbus, Ohio. You got Deck 1 Delt from Columbus, Ohio. Swill from Swill's Edition, also from Columbus, Ohio. This, according to what this flyer says, this is going to be a celebration of juggalos and Ohio juggalo culture. So the homie Swill definitely getting his flowers with this one. Now, another thing too that I fucking see is that, okay, this, because I already said I'm not gonna fucking go down to Florida for Juggalo weekend, right? Because I don't have the money. I'm still trying to fucking work on getting some other shit taken care of. This, on the other hand, is something that's a little bit more applicable. The legendary host of Swill's Edition. He's going to make this an unforgettable night. Swill is an OG, and he's guaranteed to entertain. And he's bringing the fucking wheel. So tickets are available now on Skeletix. I'm definitely going to fucking go there. Like, I have a better chance of driving down to Columbus, Ohio, even in my fucking beat up ass car, because that's another thing too. I think I might have told you guys about this, but my car got jacked the fuck up. I hit a pothole that was on the highway or leading into the highway, and it tore out my entire fucking splash guard. So now I got duct tape on both sides of my fucking front bumper. It literally looks like my shit's black and white fucking emo kid. Like, my passenger side headlight now looks like it's got fucking guy liner. I'm driving around and my car doesn't even whistle when it fucking blows through the wind. It just goes, tonight will be the night that I will fall for you over again. When I was a young boy, my father took me into the city to see a marching band. Like, that's what my car fucking looks like now. But I'm willing to drive that bucket, even though it's a fucking Prius, to Columbus, Ohio. I want to fucking hang out with the homies. You know? Swill's the homie, Deck One Delta the homies, Clockwork E are the fucking homies, Siamese Goat God are the homies. I want to fucking kick it with them. Mr. Eve, I'm starting to get a friendship with him. Scene Loke, I love seeing that dude around. I definitely fucking like seeing Scene Loke. Scene Loke, from what they said, is the personification of what Juggalo actually is. But it's gonna be it'll be fun fucking with Swill and everybody else that's gonna be there. So if you are in the Midwest location, you've got a good 5-hour drive, or at least I know I do, to get your ass to Columbus, Ohio and kick it. Happens every time I crash through a snowdrift going 45 because I will get stuck here if I don't. Bro, fucking, dude, I've literally this year I've only gotten stuck one time, and that was because I had to do a drop off in a spot that did not have the road plowed. Ironically, the street that I got stuck on was called Detroit. I got stuck on Detroit Street, and I didn't want to be there. I was there. What should have been me being on that street for 2 minutes ended up me being stuck there for about a fucking hour. And I was like, I'm ready to fucking leave. My car got stuck. I started waiting. I was waiting on a fucking time. And that was like the first blizzard, the first snow of the year. And that shit ended up happening. Shit. Luckily, there were some neighborhood people that were willing to push me to get me out of the snowbank and help get my ass out of the snow. And I was able to mosey back and do my job. But that basically means now that I have a month and a half to fucking try to get as much money as I possibly can to get my bumper fixed. Because if I don't, well, then I'm probably just going to be driving around with a shit-ass bumper all the way to Columbus. I should be able to fit in very well with the people of Columbus, Ohio, and then get back here at like 5 in the fucking morning. Because it takes me a while. Like, there's going to be a lot of Red Bull in my future. Because I will red-eye drive all the way from there and back. And I've got one last thing that we got to fucking check out before I go. I know that it's a very short episode, but it is what it is. All right, so more nerddom shit. Outside of video games, we got to talk about what's coming up at the end of the year. Finally, we're going to be coming with Avengers Doomsday. and here's the trailer for it. Hopefully this isn't the only trailer, but apparently this is going to be the last time that we're going to see Chris Hemsworth in a fucking show, like in a Marvel movie.
Father,
All Father.
all my life, I have answered every call.
What is with his fucking voice? Like, it just doesn't sound as spry as it used to be.
To honor, duty, to war. But now fate has given me something I never sought.
Uh-huh.
A child. A life untouched by the storm.
Like, this was the one thing that I really loved about Thor Love and Thunder, was that at the end of the movie, he ends up getting to raise love. Like, Homeboy brings love back from the dead, which was the whole, like I like, that was his whole fucking purpose. Was, slaying gods left and right because he abhorred the gods for not saving his daughter's life and destroying his entire fucking race, right? And he finally gets to eternity and he wants to kill all the gods. Instead, he uses his one wish to bring his daughter back to life. Right before he dies, Thor spends his final moments with Jane Foster before she gets sent to Valhalla. And he ends up raising love like love is his own.
Lend me the strength of the old fathers.
But what does this lead up
I
to?
may fight once more, defeat one more enemy, and return home to her. Not as a warrior, but as warmth. To teach her not battle, but stillness. The kind I never knew. Please, Father, heed my words.
Yeah. December 18th, 2026. And the countdown has now started. This is going to be the shit. Like, I'm hoping that they have more trailers like this coming out where it's going to, because, like, think about the cast, all right? Like, the biggest fucking, big name cast that they're going to fucking have. Right? So, Jesus Christ, the names of this alone that they already have on here. Here, I'll fucking just move this over here so that way you can see what the fuck is going on. Here's the cast. And let me switch the channel. Oh, yeah. You're not going to be able to see that shit. "14 months after the events of Thunderbolts, the Avengers, Wakandans, Fantastic Four, New Avengers, and the original X-Men team up to face Doctor Doom." Now, I'm assuming that the original X-Men are the ones that you see in the Mutant Legacy. So let's take a look at the cast here that they have here. First off, you got Chris Hemsworth. Okay, so as Thor, Vanessa Kirby, which was Sue Storm, the Invisible Woman, Anthony Mackie as Sam Wilson, Sebastian Stan as Bucky, Letitia Wright, so Shuri's coming back. You got Ant-Man coming back. Wyatt Russell playing John Walker, the U.S. agent. He's coming back. Namor is coming back. Ben Grimm is coming back. Okay, so we got Shang-Chi. So he's coming back. Yelena Belova is coming back. And then you've got Kelsey Grammer coming as Hank McCoy. So you've got Beast coming in, Louis Pullman as Sentry, Danny Ramirez as the new Falcon. All right, Joseph Quinn's Human Torch version of Human Torch. David Harbour, which I like this. I like him as the Red Guardian. And I love the Red Guardian character. I'm not going to lie. I think Red Guardian's fucking hilarious. Okay, we got M'Baku coming back. We got Ghost coming back. Tom Hiddleston coming back as Loki. Patrick Stewart is reprising the role of Professor X. Ian McKellen is reprising his role as Magneto. Alan Cumming, that fucking guy, like that version is of Nightcrawler. Okay. Like that's fine with me. Like I can fuck with that. All right, we got Rebecca Romijn coming back as Mystique. James Marsden coming back as Cyclops. Channing Tatum is going to be Remy LeBeau. Yes. All right, cool. We got Channing Tatum coming in as Gambit. Awesome. Okay. After using a thick, difficult to understand Cajun accent for the character as part of a running joke in the film Deadpool and Wolverine, Tatum said he would not go full Cajun in Doomsday, with directors Anthony and Joe Russo wanting the film to have a more dramatic and serious tone. All right, Pedro Pascal is coming back as Mr. Fantastic. Robert Downey Jr., we already knew, was going to play Victor Von Doom. Additional actors slated to reprise their MCU roles are going to be Benedict Cumberbatch as Stephen Strange. All right. Mabel Cadena as Namora. Alex Livanali as Atuma. Let's see. Chris Evans is Steve Rogers. However, I'm pretty sure that that's going to be a different... Yes, you did, Miss You. I fucking shouted you out on that one, bro. I gave you the respectful fucking shout out that you need. And hey, I'm coming to Columbus. All right, so we're fucking kicking it, homie. All right, so India Hemsworth as Love. Although this, I'm sure that this Steve Rogers is going to be a different variant. Also expected to return are Jeremy Renner as Hawkeye, Tom Holland as Peter Parker. Good. Haley Atwell as Peggy Carter. However, that's probably going to be Captain Carter. There are conflicting reports about whether Ryan Reynolds will reprise his role as Wade Wilson in Deadpool in the film. Dude, what the fuck is the point in having Ryan Reynolds not be in this goddamn movie? Because this is going to be a lead to Secret Wars. We all know that. Doomsday coming up and having Secret Wars being the next thing. Like, it's important, I think. And on top of that, no, we need Deadpool. I want Deadpool. Deadpool is everything to me, as far as I'm concerned. And there is also possible rumor that, I mean, obviously, like with an Avengers movie, they are also going to be introducing new characters that they're going to be bringing in for the next saga. He's great, but he would take away from it. No, you know what I think would be awesome? Is like, you get Deadpool, you put him in a fucking PG-13 movie, and just have him talk like normal. However, like every time he drops an F-bomb or something like that, they bleep him on purpose. That would be a perfect fourth wall break for him. But they did say that they want this to be, yeah, according to what this said, Anthony and Joe Russo want the film to have a more dramatic and serious tone. So Deadpool might not be in it because Deadpool just can't be fucking serious, and neither can Ryan Reynolds. Like, this is the picture that's on his Wikipedia. He just can't be fucking serious. It's so hard for him to be serious. And when he is serious, it's obviously a deadpan joke. But, like, I would love to see him do something and have that be, like, the thing where he talks like he normally would in a Deadpool movie, but, like, they bleep him out and he realizes that they bleep him out and he gets fucking he bitches about it and people just don't know what he's fucking doing. Now, like I said, though, I did hear possible rumor that they might actually fucking bring Kang in for one of the Avengers movies, probably Secret Wars. What up? What up, Ellington? Happy New Year's to you, man. But like that's something that I heard. It doesn't necessarily mean that that's actually going to happen, but in all honesty, I think it would make sense and have that be a good send-off to bring Kang, or at least some of the variants of Kang, into Battleworld. Because this is supposed to be the end of the multiverse saga. This is supposed to conclude the multiverse saga. And then we have like the next 3 sagas, which is going to be the mutant saga, from what I understand. And I want to see that happen. I mean, it's already badass enough that they're bringing back Robert Downey Jr. and having him be Victor Von Doom. Because apparently he was originally supposed to be Victor Von Doom in the original Fantastic Four. And there's and I can only imagine what other things that they have planned for this movie. But yeah, so December 18th of this year, anytime that I see a new trailer for Doomsday, I'm going to be talking about it on the show. And let's see, what else? So we got that, and then next year, almost exactly 1 year after the release of Doomsday, we should have Secret Wars. Assuming we don't have another fucking Writers Guild strike. And yes, this is a very short episode. I am not sorry for that. Because, well, for 2 reasons. One, I want to play Pokemon. Secondly, there wasn't really a whole lot to fucking talk about as far as I know. I really feel like, maybe it might be a good time to do a change up in the format of the Crazy House. I don't know. You guys tell me what you think. Should I try for a fucking different format? Because, I don't know. Sometimes the news gets dry and then I end up not doing a show. Tell me what you guys think. Because I see what's going on with Swill's edition, and I see that he's fucking killing it. I see the same thing with Deck One Delt. Deck One Delt fucking worked their asses off and were able to finally get somewhere around. Now me, I'm kind of just like kicking it as an old school fucking Juggalo YouTuber, and I am enjoying myself with just being the laid back fucking dude and everything. And it's, but everything that I do is kind of an opinion piece. Do I really need to fucking wait an entire week to talk about shit, or should I just do like a full-blown fucking overhaul and try to change things up into something else? I might figure out something else to add, but right now, I don't know. But I'm going to get up out of here. Thank you guys for being here, watching, kicking it, and participating up in the chat. I think I'm going to go migrate over to Twitch and play some fucking Pokemon. So with that being said, I'm out this bitch. You guys have a good one. I'll see you next week. All meltdowns all the time. Motherfucker! Love you too, bro. All right, I'm out this bitch. Deuces, y'all.